Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to really cut through the academic jargon and find those essential insights you need. Think about facing this huge, library of ideas. Today we're giving you the tools to be the architect, really, turning that library into a solid base for your work. We're diving deep into mastering the art of the literature review.
That's exactly right. And look, a literature review, it's not just a quick summary. It's really the backbone,
Wow.
the core of serious research. It gives you that crucial context, shows where your work fits in the bigger picture, and establishes, why it matters. Plus, it really shows you know your stuff, not just what you've read, but how well you've actually understood and synthesized it all.
Right. And we're using key ideas from Mastering the Art of Literature Review today. Okay, let's get into it. Faced with this massive task, where do you even start? How do you avoid just drowning in information?
Yeah, good question. The absolute starting point is defining your scope. Always. Before you even think about searching, you've got to clarify your research question. Pinpoint those core concepts. Then search smart. Don't just cast a wide net. That means picking the right academic databases. Think Scopus, Web of Science.
Why those specifically?
Well, unlike just, say, Google Scholar, there's serious analytical tools. They let you track citations, see who the key players are, even spot emerging trends. It gives you a real edge and, crucially, set some limits. Publication years, language, maybe methodology or geographic focus. Keeps things manageable and relevant.
Okay, defining the scope makes sense, but I can see how someone might get stuck there, Analysis paralysis. How do you know when it's enough? Enough to start, without worrying you've missed something vital.
It's definitely a balance. Aim for a clear question, but be prepared to tweak it as you learn more. Think of your initial scope as a working hypothesis, maybe, not set in stone. Once you get a decent pool of sources, then you move on. From searching to the really interesting part, critical analysis.
Right, so you've narrowed things down, you've got your papers, but just having them isn't the win, is it? The real work, maybe the hardest part, is engaging with them properly. How do we go beyond just passively reading?
Exactly. This is key. There's a huge difference between just reading and critical reading. You absolutely have to question everything. Is this source credible? Is it peer-reviewed? Peer review is kind of the gold standard, right? Means experts have vetted it. Is it really relevant to your question?
Mm-hmm.
Then, extract the main findings, but don't stop there. You have to synthesize, connect the dots between different studies, compare their perspectives, map out how ideas have evolved. Think of it like this. Summarizing is listing ingredients. Synthesizing is explaining how they create a unique dish, how they interact, what stands out, maybe what's missing.
Okay, like seeing the bigger picture they create together.
Precisely. And pay close attention to what isn't there, what's missing in the literature. Sometimes the real insight isn't just spotting a gap, but figuring out why it's a gap. New field, difficult topic, just an oversight. Understanding the why can really elevate your own contribution.
That makes a lot of sense. It's about the conversation between the papers and the silences, too. So, okay, you've done the critical reading, gathered these insights. Now you have this, maybe chaos of notes and ideas. How do you bring order to it? Structuring and presenting.
Right. So after the analysis, you group things. Don't just go chronologically unless that makes specific sense. Group by themes or theoretical approaches, maybe key findings that echo each other. It creates more natural flow, avoids just listing things. Use clear headings, subheadings, guide the reader, and transitions. Don't underestimate them. Phrases like in contrast or similarly or building on this idea, they're like signposts. They show the connections you're making.
So less like a report, more like guiding someone through the story of the research.
Exactly. Think storytelling. You're showing the reader how knowledge in this area developed, the twists, the turns, the main arguments. And when you present it, use your voice. Don't just quote endlessly.
Mm-hmm.
Summarize, point out the big trends, the debates, what seems to be emerging. And if there are contradictions between sources, point them out. Explain why they matter. That's often where the really interesting new questions pop up.
Okay, storytelling, that's a great way to think about it, but it might still feel a bit intimidating after all that detailed reading. What's the key sort of mindset shift needed to weave those separate findings into a real narrative?
It's about seeing yourself less as just a collector of facts and more as a curator, an interpreter. Your job is to make sense of all these pieces for the reader, to show the big picture that emerges. And then the crucial final step. Your literature review has to clearly state how your research fits in. What does it add? What specific gap does it fill? What question does it finally answer? That's your conclusion to the story.
And that brings it all together. Mastering the literature review is really about mastering how to position your own work effectively. It's all about how you connect with existing knowledge, critique it, and then, crucially, contribute something new, making your mark.
Absolutely. So the takeaway is keep reading with intention, write with clarity, and always research with purpose.
Yeah, great advice. And hey, if you're looking for more practical academic tips and content like this, we really recommend checking out Akademik Particular. You can find them on Instagram and YouTube. Well, that's it for this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring.